Hello, Moondoggy here, and welcome to Winds of Change. It's a visual novel, but you get to like make life choices, and then it's furry related, so I know you guys are gonna enjoy that. Well, some of you, not all of you. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Enjoy your adventure and choose wisely in the world of Alessia, where the spirits reign supreme. I'm about to say, is that it?
The rebellion is in shambles. With the recent loss of their leader, they are struggling. But this defeat was not without a victory of its own. For in his final moments, he secured an artifact of great importance. This blade was paramount to the triumvirate's leadership of Alessia. And without it, their tyrannical grip on the people would surely falter. Having no choice, they give their Grand Inquisitor one simple order: destroy the rebellion and retrieve the lost blade of the Triumvirate. But Dormic, the new leader of the rebels, is set on a path to approaching. Hiding the blade in Valados, he is confident that it will be protected. This sheltered hamlet is now custodian to the weapon, the liberating force. And so, it would be met with a gruesome fate by the Triumvirate and their Grand Inquisitor.
Well, this place is on fire. Winds of Change. Alright, y'all ready for this? Like I said, the game has something to do with making life choices, so I'm actually really curious about that. Do I click? Okay, I click. Alright, now what? Everything is burning. I can do little to stop it from spreading. An immense pain assaults my head, and I throw my face into my hand. The same question repeatedly plays in my mind. What am I doing here? I have no knowledge of what happened up until this point. My brain is struggling to fill in the blanks, not gaining any headway. It's almost like, until this exact moment, I never existed. Then, why is it now that cognition has found me? Was there something I could do to put out these flames? Or perhaps was I was the cause of this inferno to begin with? A foolish thought, and one I throw away. If I was responsible, then I wouldn't feel this sense of dread. An emotion shared by those who stand beside me.
Come on, pick up the pace. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. There's no way the Elder would let me let that one down.
Okay. I feel like she's escorting me, and I should follow her. I feel like she's escorting me. Oh shit, I read the same thing over. Could it be that she's been tasked with my protection? I grasp at straws at the... Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm hearing my gas one, and then I heard my TV go off. I'm like, uh-oh. Let me turn that down. I don't want y'all hearing that in the background. Oh no. That's gonna be awkward. But anyway, I'm only able to latch onto one, and that's the title that I go by.
Are you even paying attention?
I'm a male. I am the Seer.
I know who you are, Seer. Did you hit your head or something?
Yes, it went bam. She scoffs as I turn the other way. But I know she's right. I'm not taking this seriously. It feels like a dream, and I doubt that is all happening. A few moments later, a sudden sensation startles me. There's a firm grip on my shoulder. We aren't alone. Underneath the veil of fright, I turn to greet the second stranger.
Valessa has our safety in mind, okay? Forgive her hot-headedness for me. Freedom isn't too much farther. We need to stay calm and think this through. Two guys like us, we should have no problem. We'll be safe and sound before you know it.
Okay. We weave through the houses and alleys to remain unseen. Doing our best to stay completely silent, we bring no attention to ourselves. The flames encourage our urgency, but we're careful not to be too fast or reckless. Our silence makes everything else more prominent, however. The scream of those being slaughtered fills me with such disgust. We need to find cover, and Valencia point out a small alcove nearby.
Look, they're dying because they panicked. We need to stay calm and think through this together. If we freak out, we'll only end up with them. You know?
Yes, I'm frankly and always aware of that. Hold on one moment, everybody. What is that? Go. God damn it. Trying to what? Okay, here we go. There we go. Boom and bam. I fixed it. Sorry, my TV was anyway.
She has a point. Our first instinct was to run, but so was theirs. We should let them face the brunt of this attack.
That's rude, but since they are already dying. Wait, so we're letting them die to buy us time? But it's already happening, so we can't feel sad about it. I mean, it's sad, but we can't, feel like we could do something about it. It's already happening. Good idea. Let them soak it up for us. Well, I don't want to be a dick about it. There has to be another way to do this. I'm gonna be neutral right now, because my head's hurting and I'm disoriented.
I agree, Ulrich. We can't sacrifice everyone to buy time. I think the people of Valinor deserve far better.
Yeah, exactly. See, she said it.
Would you rather perish with them, Valessa? That's what'll happen if you go running out there. We're not equipped to handle this on our own. You have to remember what I'm doing here. It's my job to protect the both of you. Everyone else is expendable.
Ouch. So I already know what kind of character he is. We gotta look out for him. My suspicions are correct. Ulrich is the one protecting us. But why exactly are we the higher priority than the civilians? I venture a guess that we're currently in this Valinor. The pain in my head pulsed again. I stumbled back and I let out a groan. Ulrich rushed to my side. His exaggerated concern is now understandable.
It must be the smoke. Make sure to sit down. The lower you are right now, the better. Are you having trouble breathing?
I'm good. I shake my head and let him know that it's not the smoke. The cause Valencia to chime in, voicing her concern as well.
Yeah, something else is going on. He's been acting strange for a while. Is there something you need to tell us?
I don't know what's going on right now. I can't seem to remember anything. Well, obviously we don't know what's going on, so we can't remember.
Did some debris fall on your head back there?
Yes.
I'm starting to side with Valessa on this one. Come on, time to gear you up.
Give me up. He stepped away for a few moments and inspects the ground around him. There's a brief period where I can't see him, but he returns with a blade. A fire causes it to glisten, almost like it's begging me to take it.
I don't care what's going on in that head of yours, but it's not more important than your survival. We're all overwhelmed. It's not just you.
Right. I can't act special. We all in the situation. He holds out the blade, expecting my compliance. At this rate, it seems like the fighting may be inevitable.
Take it. We won't be standing here forever. As soon as we leave this alcove, we'll be vulnerable. I can't take care of you all the time, you know.
I can't fight. I have no training. Of course, I'll defend myself as well. Well, I'm a fighter. Like, if I was literally in this legit situation, it's kill or be killed, so.
Now that's what I like to hear. I'll feel better if you have something to fight with. Valessa has her daggers, but you had nothing.
I got you. Fair enough. I grab the blade and swing it a couple of times to test its weight. It seems good enough for me, and I wouldn't have had any problem using it. Though it was a far cry from the massive blade Ulrich carried.
Now then, it's time to move. Seems like some of the noise has finally died down. We should start by investigating the town square.
Alrighty. He walks up, expecting us to follow along, but as I'm about to step, Felicia grabs my arm. The look on her face tells me something's wrong.
You were confused about all this, right? I bet you don't even know what being Seer means.
No.
Or how we've known each other for our entire lives.
I look at the ground, both shamed and confused. She's completely right. My head is a mess, and as I try to think of an excuse, her response surprises me.
That's normal, but please listen. We only have a few moments before Ulrich notices from out there. The Seer is special. You wield spirits to induce prophetic visions. When you have these visions, you're unable to remember anything. When you wake up, you'll dismiss it as a dream and forget it ever happened. As your scribe, it's my job to help you take advantage of this.
With a scribe.
We have to follow Ulrich now, but know one thing. The way you're acting, I'm certain this is a vision. That means you can use it for information.
She takes a few steps closer to me and grabs my hand. Staring right in my eyes, I know the glimmer of hope shining within her.
I'm relieved. This means Valinor is still fine. When you wake up, use this vision to save everyone. It's your duty as Seer to ensure this doesn't become real.
She lets go of my hand and I follow after Ulrich. Though it's hard to believe what she said, I'm less confused. I finally had a reason for the why I felt so disconnected. But if this was a vision, then why would become of Ulrich and Valencia? Would all of this carnage be undone as soon as I woke up? What if they died, or what if they died in the vision? I followed Valencia, realizing I may never know. But a faint sense of determination rises up within me. If there is a chance I could stop this, I have to do it. Okay, very interesting so far. Very interesting storytelling. I am actually really curious because I like all the decision making I'm doing, so I'm really, really curious. That look like Keyleth Ugol. That's the castle in Lord of the Rings. That looks like that place. In the present day, the Triumvirate, I forgot the name already, conspires their great inquisitor for an event that led Valinor's destruction had yet to be set in motion. Sylvie knelt before his master, more eager to serve than he had ever before.
Rise, Sylvie, but please assure us of your certainty. We hate to act without knowing everything.
The prisoner mentions Valinor over and over. The rebels are hiding something of importance there. Along with recent events, we can only surmise one thing.
The blade of Exodus.
I am almost certain. But if that's where they've chosen to hide it, it means that our other target is also there.
Your compliance pleases us, Sylvie. Your plan was risky, but it worked out in the end. The final interrogation would influence our decision further.
You'd have me interrogate the prisoner once more, if I may be so bold. To what end do you request this?
Their voices echo loudly through the darkened chambers. It mattered not if Triumvir spoke, for they were all one mind. With a clear iteration of his voice, Sylvie did his best to stay calm.
My apprentice? I've told you many times I want to work alone. It would be more efficient for me to do this myself.
Insubordination. This is unbecoming of you, Sylvie. We demand that you obey. The role of Grand Inquisitor can be very dangerous. If we were to lose you, a replacement would be necessary. You must train this replacement while you still breathe.
As you command.
Sylvie turned his back to the Triumvirate and spotted his apprentice. He was standing by the door listening to their conversation. If he'd heard of Sylvie's distaste for him, he showed no concern.
Interrogation? And what would you have me extract? I thought the prisoner was at his wit's end.
Ulrich had blue eyes, so who are you?
Anything to confirm our suspicions about Valinor. If you fail, I will not hesitate to punish you. Remember what we're on the verge of.
I understand, Master. I'll do my best to get you what you need. What are the limits when it comes to my apprentice? approach.
Keep him alive, Halen. I find that psychological pain is the most valid approach. He cares more for his rebel allies than he does for himself.
Then I will threaten the rebellion's very core. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, Master. Things are starting to line up well for me.
They tend to do that when you have the Triumvirate's blessing. We should take care of this immediately and catch them unprepared. Every moment we waste is a moment they gain, Halen.
They leave the room together, talking amongst themselves. The Triumvirate waits until they're gone before speaking, a faint smile on their faces as age-old plans come into fruition.
So it's finally going to happen, isn't it? What we've been waiting for all these years. Do you think we should tell Sophie our true plan?
True plans. There's always deceit when it comes to being good and evil. Like there's some little level of deceit, some type of lying. Halen entered the prison cell without Sophie at his side. His master remained outside as a pseudo display of trust. But it was evident that Halen had no trust existed. The prisoner looked up, surprised to see their different face. Yet within him was a slowly winding hope. Cut off from the rebellion, these would be his final days.
So, someone different has finally come. What are you, the executioner or something? I figured it was only a matter of time.
Actually, Sophie said to keep you alive. You seem to underestimate your value, Shane.
You think I'm important? That's not what I expected to hear.
Don't take it the wrong way. You must not know what I meant.
He knelt down in front of the prisoner. With a sinister smirk, he tried to imitate Shane.
You're important as a bargaining chip. And the fact I must keep you alive is a curse. When I'm through with you, you'll beg for death. You see, I'm different from Sophie. He's past the bar. They no longer need to test him. But I'm in the position where results must happen. When we give you back, you'll be a broken man. And soon after, the foundation of the rebellion will crumble. You think we don't know that Damek is your leader?
What?
Shane's eyes shot wide open in utter shock. It seems Halen's threat worked to a great effect.
You'd be stupid not to think we have inside men. I could order Damek's execution in a matter of seconds. You don't value your life, but you value his. Good. Now, I expect you to answer my questions. The Blade of Exodus, is it in Valinor Village? And the one who can wield it, do they live there as well?
I'm curious to know where this is going. So where are we now? By the time we catch up with Ulrich, it's already too late. His large blade is in deadlock with one of the enemy soldiers. Valencia draws her dagger and hold out my sword. And I hold out my sword ready.
We order you to cease your resistance! Those who support the rebellion must perish!
To break the deadlock, Ulrich kicks his opponent in the gut. They stumble back and ready their blades with a flourish. It isn't much longer until they charge toward each other again.
Melissa, your dagger!
Ulrich steps out of the way and rolls toward us. Landing on his knees, he pries one of the daggers from her grip. Without even looking, he throws it behind himself. He closes his eyes and looks down at the ground. When he hears the impact of the dagger, his ears fold back. For a moment, it looks like he was actually sad.
Spirits, please forgive my misdeeds. I acted only to protect those under my watch.
Ulrich cares about the spirits, and for some reason, I didn't expect that. But before I can think about it further, something happens. Catching Valencia off guard, we're completely in disbelief.
Huh?
He noticed the shocked expression on both our faces. Right to his feet, it's not long before he wears the same look. The enemy soldier fell as expected, but there is nothing inside. Scattered pieces of armor littered around. As we process this revelation, confusion soon assails us. This is no ordinary attack. What we saw was impossible.
What's going on? Ulrich, what are those things?
I don't know. Come closer, you two. This doesn't feel right. Empty suits of armor with a hatred for the rebellion.
Only those who've mastered the spirits could do this. I'm afraid this is much larger than we thought.
There we go.
That can't be true. Spirits are pure. They aid us.
Yeah, sure looks like they wanted to help. It's not my only concern, though. Look at this.
She scowls and stepped toward the helmet, kneeling down, pulling out her dagger out of it.
Do you recognize these colors, Ulrich?
No, why would I?
Gold and white. Triumvirate standard. I would have never made such a deduction, but only they could wield the spirits in this fashion.
What is the triumvirate? Well, we know what the triumvirate is, per se. They're the guys in the white clothes. So why would they do this?
That's what I'd like to know. They're supposed to be our protectors. Some people even think they created the Lesti.
Wouldn't be the first time they attempted occupation. They hinted that the rebellion was involved here. Alessa, do you know anything about that?
I don't. So much has changed lately. With our last elder gone, Miles has been in charge. Maybe he has something to tell us.
It's worth a shot. We should see if he's alive. Protecting you is my goal, but now I want answers. If anyone knows about this, it would be him.
To the elder's house, then.
Yeah,
I follow after Valencia and Ulrich. We walked along the circular road surrounding the water tank. I make note of it later. It might help me put out the flames. More suits of armor littered on the ground, so many of them. It makes me feel a bit hopeful, like we stood a chance. The village wasn't defenseless, and this was proof.
aren't you glad we waited now? If we rushed in head first, we'd be dead.
Then where are the villagers' bodies? I only see the suits of armor lying around.
That was a good question, actually. No blood, no signs of major struggle, only the fires and the glisten of white armor.
That's a good sign. Then they won and fled to safety. Are there any havens in Valinor?
I'd say the elder's house and the Grand Tree. Fire may not have reached either.
Wait, how many people can fit in the Grand Tree?
Hundreds, easily.
Not as good of a sign as I thought. The enemy could be trying to round everyone up, put them all in one place before killing them.
That's dirty.
But it works. We still don't know what they're after. It can't be genocide. It must be something else. Does Valinor have anything the Triumvirate would want? Did the change in leadership bring anything with it?
Like I said, we'd have to talk to Miles. But I doubt he'd be at the Grand Tree.
They look at each other and then look at me. I could tell Valencia was pushing us toward Milas. But that's because she knew that was a vision.
But what if there are people in the Grand Tree?
Shit.
Is Milas more important than all of them? It would be cold to let everyone die.
Shit.
Ulrich, this is larger than Valinor. Especially if it involves the rebellion. Information could save entire villages.
She's right.
I don't like what you're suggesting.
Like it's any better than what you suggested? Using the people as pawns to buy us time? How is this any different?
She got you on that one, bro. She got you on both arguments. They fumes at each other, but realize it's a stupid argument. In the midst of the battle, nothing is so black and white. Though I find it odd that Ulrich switched viewpoints so fast.
This is a matter of Valinor's future. Such things are under the jurisdiction of the Seer. I stand by his side. Used to. Both of us. That is, unless you want to abandon your job. That wouldn't look good on a perfect record.
I guess you can fight dirty too. I don't like this, but you have me by the throat. I can only hope that you make the right choice.
He stares at me and with a serious look on his face. Talk about putting me on the spot, but it was my role and I had to fill the shoes.
What are we going to do?
Well, sadly enough, she made the perfect argument. She beat Ulrich on this one. Because at the first, people was already dying. So if people were fleeing, which means they're getting chased, which means they're going to die some more. So us putting ourselves at risk to help them is not going to do us any good. Versus the fact that we may actually get answers of our next plan of attack if we actually find a captain, Milas. So, we're going for Milas. I vow to stop this attack and I need all the information. If anybody could give us the information, it would be Milas. He'll be able to shed some light on the rebellion's involvement too.
Good. We're on the same page. We can use that information to help others. It would be selfish to focus only on Valen.
Excuse me, sorry.
I hope you two are certain about this. You're gambling with hundreds of lives.
I know, trust me. Ulrich didn't understand this like we did. And we weren't about to waste time lecturing him. I was grateful that his job required following us. We continued the same direction heading toward Midas' house. I didn't feel good about abandoning the others, but we had to do it. This was real. I used the future to cheat the present. So I can see into the future per se, which is interesting. Hold on a moment. In the present day, Damek found himself lost in thought. Using the tunnel under Mazio for solitude, he found peace. There was much to plan, but for once, they had the upper hand.
Valinor, the Blade of Exodus. There must be something the spirits aren't telling us. Something we could use to take down the Triumvirate. When I touched the blade, I saw our victory, but I'm not trained to interpret such things. I pray for the cooperation of Valinor.
One of his advisors approaches, carefully not to startle him. When he realized his detected, he let off a soft yarn.
Another one of those sleepless nights, Damek? I can't blame you. It's been the same with me. Did I hear you say something about Valinor?
Yeah, I was thinking out loud. In Valinor, there's a person who can peer into the future.
So
That's why I had Pro bring the blade there last week.
I'm aware of their culture, but their seers use spirits, not a blade. You think it will be that easy?
Worth the gamble, isn't it? It's not my place to wield knowledge of the future. But the seers are experts, conditioned from birth. Pro has sent word that the current seer is male. His investigation is progressing slower than I'd like. We need to pick up the pace, and fast. Now that they have the blade, they're a target. The Triumvirate is likely planning their attack as we speak. That's why I've decided to send an experienced fighter.
I guess that's me.
I've had the mayor of Mazio write up a decree. It will allow you entry and the ability to complete what Pro started. On paper, and to everyone else, it's a simple export. Only Milas knows the importance of this blade. All you have to do is deliver it from Valinor back to me. That is, with the Seer at your side, Ulrich.
You seem to think that will be easy. It's not likely they know the truth of Valinor. I can bring the Seer, but they'll just decline.
Present yourself as a mercenary, not a rebel. Tell them a meeting of importance is happening in Mazio. We want their ability to help with some important decisions.
Dishonesty. Great way to start a partnership.
It worked for us, don't you remember? Look at how invaluable you've become.
Ulrich laughed and turned to look at the dark depth of the tunnel. At the moment, everything ahead seemed bleak and uncertain. Having an ally cast light on the future would be a tremendous boon.
So this is it, isn't it? With the Seer at our side, they can direct us. We can secure the victory that you witnessed.
I almost don't believe it, but it's true. And I have to be honest with you, Ulrich. There's a reason why I'm sending you instead of asking Pro.
And what's that?
You may not be strong enough to face what's coming. It's not just the hunch that Valinor will be attacked. In our victory, I saw its death and destruction.
I see.
So I ask that you protect the Seer and his allies at all costs, and when you come across Pro, have him join you as well. I'll make sure to prepare an exquisite welcoming party.
I'll leave first thing in the morning. What did you see exactly?
Nothing you can't fight your way out of, but trust me, it will show them the truth. And when you get back, they'll be ready to fight. But promise me one thing, and one thing only. That along the way the Seer touches the blade. If he can wield it, then we have our greatest weapon.
I see. I'm guessing that the rules are going to be broken a little bit. Whether I choose to use the spirits or choose to use the sword. But I guess that's something that we just have to discover. So let me save this. There we go. Okay. So with that said, everybody, we're past the 30-minute threshold. We're gonna break this off in like episodes, like actual show. But we passed the 30-minute threshold. So with that said, everybody, thank you all for watching Winds of Change. I really hope you're all enjoying this. And as you can clearly see here, where we got Valencia, Ulrich, and 4 empty slots. I wonder who are we going to bump into. And then we even have Purity, Corruption, Morale. That should be even more interesting because my choices are actually going to inflict this story. So I'm actually looking forward to that. So with that said, everybody, thank you all for watching. Please continue on watching. And as always, I will see all of you when the next moon rises.